Dang, Irish Power Sports. Wow, look at all these motorcycles. So many. So beautiful. So immaculate. Look, it's a cowie. A beautiful cowie. Wow. What is it? Oh, it's 600. That means it's like an 08 to, or yeah, no. This one's an 08 to 9 to 12 to 11. Somewhere in there. Whatever. I bet it's an 11. I'm gonna go ask this random guy if I can ride his motorcycles from his dealership. I wonder if he'll let me. Hello, Everett. Hello. Hello, sir.
How can I help you today?
I would like to ride. Thank you, Riley, for sponsoring this video. Hello, you're so cute. Well, that was easy. What do we got here? 2012. Close enough. Mercados! Woo! Before I get this video started, I need to eat. Your boy's hungry. It's like 2 o'clock. I ain't eating anything all day. You know what's kind of nice about these older cowies that mine doesn't have is a stabilizer bar. Adjustable one. You can twist it for stiffer or harder right there. It's pretty freaking nice. I was noticing that on the way over here. I was like, oh wow, look, I can like the only thing, one of the reasons why I'm fast on my bike through traffic and stuff is because I don't have a stabilizer bar. So I can just whip that thing. But that, I could tell, like, it was harder to push. But it made it steadier when you're going fast. Here, we gotta eat real quick. Ooh, boys. They got trees in this place.
They're in the tree! Oh, shit!
That looks better. Anyway, here's the bike. This thing, it's got a whopping 15,000 miles. This just hasn't been ridden. It's got the M4 exact same exhaust as on mine, except it still has the silencer in it, and it still probably has the cat underneath. Are we recording? Are we doing things? Oh yeah, boy. Alright, brahs. So today's subject. Ooh, backfire. It's not that this bike is slow or anything, but I'm so used to the 636, especially mine. It's so much faster than newer ones. A little 600, it runs great. It shifts really smooth. Goodness gracious. This bike rides like it's new still, but it's just, you know, it's just not as fast. So yeah, today's subject is, the title of course is fake. I got a comment the other day talking about, no wonder no one buy the bikes, blah 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 blah. I was like, well, Riley's literally opened up a whole shop, and more than one occasion someone has come in and bought one of Riley's motorcycles because I rode it. And this random guy that commented this comment that I posted on my community line, he it is way too windy to be doing that. The wind is blowing like 1,000,000 miles an hour today. That's kind of what happens in the wintertime in Texas. It may be warm, like I'm in a hoodie, it's like 70 degrees, but some days, because it's wintertime, the wind is just doing some crazy stuff, and I was getting blown all over the place on the way to Riley's because I rode my bike to Riley's, and yeah, you can look at the flags, look at them go. Yeah, it's just rough. But anyway, So the dude's commented, and he was basically saying that Riley shouldn't let me ride the bikes because, you know, I wheelie them or I accelerate fast or whatever, as if that's just going to magically make them brake. And I know a lot of stuff about braking bikes, okay? I'm good at it. I know what I can do to brake a bike. And what... ponies. And wheeling the bike is not going to break the bike. Especially on a test ride like I did with that MT-09. Just like, and not to mention that one in particular because it's so freaking new. Like, it's all new parts, new everything. Nothing bad is going to happen to it. I owned one of those things. I owned the worst version, and I rode the crap out of that thing and sold it, and the dude that bought it texted me a year later, still riding that thing, having a great time. A year later! Like, as long as you keep up with maintenance, that's the only thing that'll make or break your motorcycle if you're hard on it. If you don't keep up with maintenance and change the oil when you need to, and, you know, do everything you need to maintenance wise, then yeah, you will break your bike. Your bike's gonna blow up. It's gonna do something. But me, I'm hard on my stuff and I maintenance it. I take care of it. And these motorcycles that are all up to date with maintenance, that are at Riley's, that I ride, like this one, they're gonna be just fine. They're not gonna just break. And if I did break them on the ride, great. Then I can fix them so that whoever buys it gets something that's working right. I'm just testing them out, making sure they're good. Because who wants to buy a motorcycle if they don't know the thing runs? Like, if I rode it and it's back at Raleigh sitting all clean and pretty, you know it works good. And it's okay. They're made to be ridden. All these bikes that Raleigh owns, besides like the Harley, is just made to be ragged on. That's what they're built for. High RPM revving motorcycles, that is what they're made to do. They're not made to put go the speed limit. That's why I think it's stupid that 600s and 1000s are a thing. Because you don't even really ride them correctly unless you're riding them like I ride them. Like, just balls to the walls everywhere. That's how you're supposed to ride those things. That's what they were made for. She scared me. That's just what they were made for, and it's just stupid and ignorant. And somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about, blabbing, say they're gonna tell they're gonna tell this business. Oh no, don't tell Daddy. It's not like he watched the videos. It's not like he rides with me and rides the exact same way. Like, we love motorcycles. Me and Riley both love motorcycles, and we ride them the way they're made to be ridden. And Riley doesn't live in a fairy tale land where he thinks, oh, if we got like if Riley gets like a new dealer's license, right? So he has to partner up with a you know, Suzuki or a Honda or whatever, and he starts selling brand new motorcycles with 0 miles. Then chances are, yeah, me and Riley probably won't ride those. But these used motorcycles, watch out, Grandma. These used motorcycles that have miles on them and everything, like, it's okay to ride them. Nothing bad's gonna happen. This one, for instance, has been sitting in Riley's shop, and Riley, it had like a little bit of bad gas in it or something because it ran, but you could tell it stuttered a little bit. Anyway, I just want to put new gas in it, and now I've been riding around. It's fantastic. It needed to cycle that bad gas through and get ridden because this bike in particular has been sitting for a while. For it to have such low miles, it looks like it just looks like it's been sitting for a while. No one's been doing anything with it. Riley replaced a couple things on it, and now it looks good and it's ready to roll. I love me some cowies, boy. Anyway, yeah, so me riding the bikes and ragging on them and enjoying them for what they're made to do. If you really think that's so bad you wouldn't buy this motorcycle because I rode it, then you don't need to be on these bikes anyway. Go buy a freaking Prius and a cycle and be a cycler, because that's what you need to be doing. But these things right here, they're made to be ridden. And Riley's gonna ride the you know what out of them. I'm gonna ride the you know what out of them. And they're gonna be okay. And if they break, they get fixed, and then they're still gonna get sold. And nothing Riley has is sitting there because you know, because I rode it and nobody wants it. nobody even knows. Like, just because I ride a bike doesn't automatically mean everybody in the world that sees Riley's dealership website or goes in, knows that I rode it, and be like, oh yeah, it actually got rode one day. He wheeled it. I wouldn't buy that. Like that, never in the history of ever will happen. If it does, Riley and me both are going to get a laugh out of that. We wouldn't want to sell a motorcycle to that guy anyway. I say we. He wouldn't want to sell a motorcycle to that guy anyway. There's one thing Riley's trying to do with his dealership is build a community out of anybody and everybody that has anything to do with me and him, of riders and enthusiasts who, you know, actually like riding. It's just, I don't know, that's where we're at. We actually like riding. Me and Riley actually like riding. These random comments of people that say stuff like that, you know, oh, I can't believe he would do that. Breaking the motorcycle, blah, 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 blah. They're not actual riders. They don't know anything. Ah! Anyway, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Riley's always going to ride stuff. I'm always going to ride his stuff. And it's going to be fine. If that bothers you and you think that the bike, like the MT-09 is no good now because I rode it and I did some wheelies, you're crazy. You don't need to be riding. You should pick up another hobby. Coloring. You should color. Get some Dora the Explorer coloring books. That'll be the best adventure you'll ever have. You don't want this kind of adventure on these bikes. It's not for you. Whoa! The wind like sucked me sideways for a second there between those buildings. That felt weird. This is a terrible day to ride. Like the wind is just insane right now. Come on, green light. Ah! Y'all see me like wave between the lanes? That was because when I was going like right there, the wind was going one way, then it shifted the other way, and what a windy day anyway, Braves. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything else I was going to talk about. I definitely don't want to be out here much longer. I really want to go home. Whoa. It's like getting worse as the day goes on. So I kind of want to go home, but I'm going to go take this back to Riley's. We're going to go Windex it if it got dusty, and it's going to be sitting there. And if you want it, it's a great bike. It needs a new home. It needs to be ridden. It's been sitting for so long. It just needs love. It needs love. It really needs to be stunted out, but it also needs love. Steven actually loves these things. The ghost stunts. Y'all seen him in some of my videos back in the day. He has the same kind of gear. He didn't like 636. He likes this 600 one for that time period that I was saying, like 07 to. Is it 07 to 11 or 12? 07 to 12, I think. Yeah, because 13 came 636, yeah. So 07 to 12 is this body style, and that's what he likes. He likes the way they run. They're just not as crazy, and they're just smoother. Is basically the only difference. Me, I kind of like the crazier ride. Obviously, I like William 1000s and stuff, so of course I'll like the most hopped up 600 I can ride, which is definitely my 2019 66. But yeah, well, that's kind of cool. It says Ram Air. Ha! Little details. I love details. That's sick. I want to wheelie this thing so bad. It feels great. I've ridden the bike with this kind of motor, and they are smoother. Just because there's not as rowdy, they're just smoother. But it's so freaking windy. I know I'm gonna pancake. I'm gonna go up the wheelie, and then it's gonna go whoop, and I'm gonna be like BAM! And we ain't trying to do that to Riley's bikes. We actually we ride them, you know, but we don't intentionally try to destroy them or anything. You know, we just ride them. Slamming them down in wheelies is a little bit much. When I set it down nice and smooth like a normal wheelie, it's fine. Alright, Briz, I'm gonna get out of here, Briz. I'm gonna go take this thing back to Riley's. Probably won't ever upload again. It's a miracle that I uploaded as much as I have. Dang! You can ride a daggum gator down the street! I want to ride a gator down the street. God dang, I can't end this video, but hey, yo, love y'all. Come by Bike O'Reilly's. I promise they're sick. But I mean, they're used motorcycles, so I mean, if you want something that has never been ragged on, or something that's never been abused in its life, regardless, before I got on it, it has 15,000 miles. The MT-09 has, 10,000, however many miles it has. The Busa has, 11,000 miles. Although that Busa, I can't, that's the one I want to ride, but it's too windy right now. But I definitely want to ride that Busa. That Busa's sick. But, it already has miles on it. Just because there's a video of somebody riding it hard doesn't mean it's been ridden hard, not ridden hard that entire time anyway. Because as long as you keep up with maintenance, it's not gonna look it. It's not gonna ride like it's been beat on because it ain't. It's because they're made for it. Anyway, all right, later, brahs.